Let me explain to y'all why it's fuck Will Smith. Willard Carroll Smith the second. Let me tell you why it's fuck this nigga, right? So, it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that. It used to be, I used to be a fan, and I used to support Will Smith. I never was like a top tier Will Smith fan and went all over the world like, oh, it's Will Smith. I never was one of those niggas. But I understand Will Smith and I support Will Smith. The reason why I'm saying fuck Will Smith, right? So Will Smith is an actor. Correction. Will Smith is a hip hop artist. Right? Will Smith is a hip hop artist. That is what Will Smith is. Will Smith came in the game as a hip hop artist. He came in the game as a rapper. He came in the game. He broke barriers, winning Grammys, the first hip hop people to win it. You know, he helped usher us into the mainstream. You know, something that, and I'm going through his YouTube channel while I talk to y'all. Boom, right here. 11 years ago, all this was uploaded on YouTube. 15 years ago. You know, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Y'all know Summertime. Y'all know some of his records. Parents just don't understand. You know what I mean? You know, y'all know who this is. Y'all know that's, hey, switch, shut the fuck up. Right? Now, let me tell y'all my problem with Will Smith, right? My problem with Will Smith is this. Will Smith had turned his back on hip hop. I'm not going to literally say, let me rephrase that. That's a bad choice of words. Will Smith did not turn his back on hip hop. Will Smith pushed hip hop in the background. And I know people going to come in here and say shit like, Will Smith pushed shit in the background. That's because he had other ventures, and that's because he had other avenues. That's why he pushed hip hop in the background. He never abandoned hip hop. He never lost hip hop. And I've had this argument with people before, and they was like, yo, Will Smith really didn't do nothing wrong. All right. To the people who feel that way and the people who say that, I just have a couple of questions. That's it. Just a couple of questions. After I'm done with my questions, y'all could go in the comment section if y'all see this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. But I'm going to get this off my chest. When Will Smith became and I read Will Smith book. When Will Smith became a superstar and Will Smith became an icon, Will Smith came back a couple of times and dabbled in the music. That's how we got Switch. That's how we got all those other shits. Hold on. Let me get the fuck off. Hold on. Is his albums up here? Is his albums up here? Let me see. All right, his albums are up here. Boom, perfect example. So I believe, all right, this not working for me. I gotta go back to Spotify. That's not working for me because it's not time stamping it for me. It's not time stamping it for me. My apologies, people. We're gonna get right to it. Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on. All right. This is Will Smith. Right? These are Will Smith's. This is Will Smith's catalog. This is why the fuck is Willow up here? Whatever. Let me go to artists. Go to Will Smith. Go to discography. All right. So we have the discography, right? Will Smith's last album is fuck is this? Oh, it's an EP. All right. We're gonna get there in a minute. So Will Smith's discography starts in 1997 with Big Willie Style. Then it's fuck Will Smith. Then it's the Millennium. Then it's Born to Rain. Then it's Lost and Found. Right? 2005. So in 2004, 2024, he dropped some records. 2021, he dropped some records. 2020, that's when he dropped the Will Smith shit. So he has dropped singles here and there, like a song here and there. But he stopped being a fully active hip hop artist in 2005. Will Smith stopped rapping as much or paying homage to where he comes from before he became the actor. Will Smith didn't do BET Awards. Will Smith barely did freestyles. He seen the Joyner Lucas joint, and it inspired him and it motivated him. He felt like, well, I respect that, I hear that, I love that. But because Hollywood, quote unquote, I'm not saying this, because Hollywood, quote unquote, kicked him out and they're not rocking with him no more, he think he can just walk back into hip hop and you just be like, yo, Will, I love you, Will. Welcome back. Oh my God, it's Will Smith. Yo, you never had to leave. You never had to leave. And people go, yo, y'all niggas don't say that shit about Jay-Z. Nah, we don't say that about Jay-Z. You know why we don't say that about Jay-Z? Because Jay-Z never stopped rapping. Jay-Z never stopped being there for other artists, whether it's behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. Jay-Z doesn't exploit hip-hop in the way Will Smith exploits hip-hop. So my thing is, Will Smith doesn't do interviews and talk about hip-hop. Will Smith doesn't do interviews and talk about the new Philly. Will Smith doesn't do interviews and co-sign these other guys. Will Smith doesn't do any of that. Will Smith is an actor. He stays over there with the actors and he does the acting thing. We know who Will Smith is. We respect Will Smith as an artist. We respect Will Smith as a hip-hop legend. Will Smith doesn't give a fuck. He's only over here because he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. And the acting world was like, yo, bro, we good off you. You banned from the Academy Awards for 10 years. I think it was 10 years. Don't get me wrong. Got to Google it, get my facts. For that, how long he's suspended or banned from, whatever. But once the acting people and the Academy Awards and all of them was like, yo, we good off you, Will. You wilding, doing some shit like that. Like, why would you do some shit like that? First thing Will did, he left. He went into hiding. Tried to do that little crying shit. He did that little crying shit. Niggas still wasn't off him. Because whether or not, it ain't the fact that you smacked Chris Rock. We not tripping off that you smacked Chris Rock. We tripping off your reasoning behind smacking Chris Rock. If you smack a nigga because you feel disrespected, you smack a nigga because you feel disrespected. The fact that this man has still yet to fully explain, to my knowledge, why Chris Rock got the shit smacked out of him, I don't understand, to my knowledge, why Chris Rock got the shit smacked out of him. People say, oh, he made a joke about his wife. Oh, he did this about his wife. I ain't hear Will say that shit. I ain't hear Will say that shit. I ain't hear Jada say that shit. I ain't hear nobody say that shit. I heard him smack that nigga, say, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And then we jumped to conclusions and said, this is why Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. We don't know that that's the reason why Will Smith really smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. They probably had some beef back in the day. Smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. They probably went through some shit back in the 90s. Seen him, smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. You don't know what went down that it caused that man to smack the shit out of Chris Rock. And you know who didn't tell us why he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock? He didn't tell us why he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. So since he didn't tell us why he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, we don't know. So I can't even give you a pass for smacking the nigga when I don't know the disrespectful shit he did. We just say, oh, he was cracking jokes about his wife. There is no context. That's just up for conversation. That's one. And when them niggas banded you, now you want to do the BET Awards. Now you want to do the Hip Hop Awards. Now you want to do this. Now you want to do freestyles. Now you want to rap with Big Sean. Now you want to rap with Russ. Now you want to rap with this nigga. Why you want to rap with that nigga? I give Joyner Lucas a pass because Joyner Lucas music videos and what Joyner Lucas did inspired you to want to do this shit. So that's why you did the shit with Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas gets a full pass. I am not judging Joyner and why Joyner worked with you. I'm not doing that at all. Them other niggas, son, you're using them niggas, son. You come back, do the joint with Kirk Franklin. Of course, you come back, work with a gospel artist, ask God for forgiveness. You a God-fearing man. Da-da-da. Yo, man, no matter what the fuck you do, I ain't fucking with it. Because you been turned your back on us. You been did that shit. Ain't nobody in the comment section gonna change my motherfucking mind. Ain't nobody on the internet gonna change my motherfucking mind. You been said fuck us. And when shit not going your way, you looked at us as a scapegoat to bring your ass back. For my people who watch battle rap and for my people who don't watch battle rap, when a battle rapper leaves battle rap to further their career somewhere else, far as acting, or they become commercial artists, the reason why when they come back to battle rap, battle rappers say slick shit about them and mean it. Like, yo, you failed as an artist, so now you come over here. Or like when K-Shine battled Jay Mills, or like shit like that, and they bring up, yo, you went over there, you thought shit was better, you came back here. The reason why they say shit like that is because when them niggas leave, they don't care to acknowledge where they came from. They look at that shit like a third world country. That's why no matter how big, who that? Hey, it was good. No matter how big they get in the hip hop space, that's why they still love Eminem. Cause no matter where Marshall go, I'm a battle rapper. I'm a fan of battle rap. This is what I do. I'm a battle rap tactician. I rap. I do this. This is what I do. No matter how big Marshall get, you're never going to forget Eminem did them battles in Detroit. You're never going to forget he was out that bitch battling on the corner. You're never going to forget. It's niggas that don't know Will Smith fucking raps. Think about that shit. It's niggas that have no idea that's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh. Niggas don't even know that that's Will Smith. When they think when they think the Fresh Prince, they thinking the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They not thinking Fresh Prince the rapper, because Will Smith's rap name is not Will Smith, it's the Fresh Prince. They don't even know that. Summer, summer, summertime. They don't know that. And you know why they don't know that? Because he don't remind you. He don't remind you that he the first hip-hop artist to win a Grammy for hip-hop music. He don't remind you that he was a Philadelphia rapper trying to make it. He don't remind you of that. He don't remind you of that. But now that this nigga's banned by the Academy Awards and he banned by them niggas, now he want to fucking remind you that, oh, hey, I used to rap. You want to see me rap? Hey, look, I'm rapping. And granted, Will Smith is a superstar. So there are niggas who's gonna forever hang on his every word. Will want to be an actor? Let's go listen to Will Smith. Let's go watch his movie. Will want to be a rapper? Let's go listen to his rap songs. Will want to be a comedian? Let's go watch him do stand-up. I'm not talking to y'all niggas. I'm talking to the niggas that know the Fresh Prince. Y'all niggas do not remember Will Smith as a rapper because Will Smith be acting like he never was a rapper. And now that he's back rapping, that shit is looked at like a joke. And yes, March 28th, which will be Friday, or it'll be after that came out here. But either way, we gonna stream that motherfucking album. Just because I'm going to give Will Smith a listen, just like I gave LL Cool J a listen, just like I gave all them classic 90s and 80s rappers listens whenever they drop music. But all I'm going to say to you is, yo, you're using us to get back hot again. Because when all else fails, because you never disrespected us, you could just come back in the room. As long as you don't disrespect us, you could come back in here, you could chill, sit, talk, laugh, ha, and kiki. Will Smith got me fucked up. It's cool to see him out here running around with these other artists, giving Big Sean a feature, giving Russ a feature, giving this nigga a feature, giving Lil Do Dirty a feature, going on Playboy Mac stream. I respect you for lending out your superstardom. Would you have been on Playboy Mac? Would you have been on Playboy Mac stream if you ain't smacked the shit out of Chris Rock? Would you have did a song with Big Sean if you ain't smacked the shit out of Chris Rock? Would you have done a song with Russ if you ain't smacked the shit out of Chris Rock? Would you be dropping an album called Based on a True Story if you ain't smacked the shit out of Chris Rock? Because before you smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, the last Will Smith album we got was 2005. It's 2025. You ain't put together a body of work in 25 fucking years. 20 years. My bad. Math a little fucked up. And the last 20 years, you ain't put out a project. Now all of a sudden, them motherfuckers over there don't want you. You can't tap dance with them niggas. Now you trying to walk your black ass back over here, and now you like, hey, I'm a rapper. You want to hear me rap? Listen to these raps. Now shut the fuck up. And I know it may seem like I'm crashing out, but y'all niggas gotta understand something. For you niggas that go, yo, what's different from what he do to what Jay-Z do? Jay-Z has dropped albums. Jay-Z works. Jay-Z gives verses every once in a while. Jay-Z never lets you know he's not a rapper anymore. Even when Jay-Z fake retired, Jay-Z retired to go corporate. Jay-Z literally told us why he was giving hip-hop a break. Because I'm trying to go into the corporate world. And to give y'all that Jay-Z that y'all love, it'd be extremely hard to do and balance being a real businessman. Let me get a grip on corporate America and I'll be right back. And every time Jay-Z came back, it was good music. It was a good album. It was good everything. He never turned his back. He never stopped signing artists. He never stopped co-signing artists. Since Jay-Z fake retired when Kingdom Come came out, Jay-Z has put on Cole. Jay-Z has put on... He has helped with Meg, being her manager. He's managed Big Sean. He never left the legal troubles 21 Savage ran in. He popped up, helped him out. DJ Khaled, he gave him verses. 444 gave you an introspective album of a man that you look at as the god of rap, just being a mortal man that makes mistakes. He's co-signed Kendrick Lamar. He's co-signed Drake. He's co-signed Meek Mill. He's co-signed Rick Ross. He's co-signed so many artists. When Will Smith flipped the switch, he took us off the switch. I'm not talking about him supporting his kids. He supports his children. Willow, Jada, whatever. He supports his family. That's what you're supposed to do. He should have been gave his son a song. He shouldn't have had to wait till Icon became a hit record. He should have been gave Willow and them a song. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just feel like, yo, he does things and we let that shit slide because he's Will Smith. And I'm one of those niggas, I'm not doing that shit. I don't give a fuck how much y'all love Will. I don't care. I don't care. That nigga is now a parody to me. I'm also an honest nigga. So can Will Smith drop something? I can be like, oh shit, yo, that was dope. Yes, I can do that. Him going on Plaque Max stream was dope. It's amazing. I fuck with that to the max. But at the end of the day, all I want to know is, would you have sat there with Max if you ain't slapped the shit out of Chris Rock? You answer me that, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll shut the fuck up. If somebody could give me an answer and not their opinion, would you have sat down with Plaque Boy Max and did that live stream with him if you did not smack the shit out of Chris Rock? Would you have did music with Big Sean? Would you have an album coming out? Would you be doing any of that shit if you did not smack the shit out of Chris Rock? Because I can bet, and I'm not the best gambling man, but I can bet you there will be no new fucking Will Smith album if he didn't smack Chris Rock. There will be no Will Smith freestyles if he didn't smack Chris Rock. There will be nothing with dealing with Will Smith in the hip hop with Kirk Franklin. I pull up with Gang Gang. They're going to have a toast for me. It's a toast for me. None of that shit will exist if he didn't smack Chris Rock. And I'm going to leave that shit there. I'm gonna leave that shit there. Y'all do what y'all want with that. I really don't care. Y'all do what y'all want with that. That's my take on Chris. That's my take on Will Smith. That's my take on Will Smith. Thrails, what's going on, baby? My bad if you still in here. My bad you had to hear that rant, man. You know, that Will Smith shit is crazy.